Today, December 7th, a special day for our country. It's Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. As we know, December 7th in 1941, we had the attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese military force. And I thought, I would just share a little bit of my history at Pearl Harbor. It was my first duty station out of in the Marine Corps. I'd finished school and training, and so I was assigned to Marine Barracks, Pearl Harbor. And little did I know what was I was to expect. It's a place of so much history, and for a young 19-year-old immigrant kid from Belize, really wasn't fully aware of all the history of the United States. Here I was at Pearl Harbor, and I would just want to share a little bit of some of my time there. It's a place where when you walk around, the bullet hole from all the strafing from that eventful day is still visible. You can still see it and feel it. The battleship row, you can picture it in your mind when you see the fleet come in and the ships are lined up as they were on that fateful day. But at Marine Barracks, our responsibility was security of Pearl Harbor and the surrounding other bases in that network of military installation. We're able to see firsthand the fleet, how it operates, ships come in and out, aircraft carriers, submarine, all those things were part of the idea of Pearl Harbor. And so after a while, you just kind of live this place. You feel it, you breathe it, and it does affect you, especially reflecting back on later on. I was able to, as I moved through the ranks, was part of the color guard detail, and I mentioned this in the previous post, the idea of not only for the ceremonial aspect of it in terms of parades and maybe at a sporting event that they needed the color guard, but one of the most important part of my time there was this idea of the burial service that we rendered respect to in terms of the color detail. And at Punchbowl Memorial Cemetery, we did many of these burial services, in particular for those of the unknown soldier. The bone fragments that are still being found throughout the Pacific, that we still give due respect, full respect, do our best to identify them. And at that time, when we did the best we could with the technology available, and we would give full military honors to the burial. So I was a part of that, and so this day, you reflect and you think about your time as you have gone through and say, okay, wow, this was really something to be a part of. But I just want to share that with you because sometimes it's particularly when you hear that the veterans are dying off who are there that day, and not many are left. It's to also say that there are also veterans who served thereafter, and we carry that torch of remembrance of Pearl Harbor and the history of it. And it is to share with those who haven't been there. And I encourage you, if you ever visit Hawaii, it's a beautiful place and so much to do. But I would say include in your itinerary a stop at Pearl Harbor, and if you're able to take a ride out to the memorial itself, to stand on it and to look down, and you can see on most days clearly through the water, you can see the USS Arizona ship right below the surface. The oil tank still slowly leaking, and you can see that trail of oil shimmering across the surface. And again, it's so impactful. So that is my little bit of the journey there in Pearl Harbor. I just wanted to share that with you on this Remembrance Day, and I hope that we all, as Americans, always take time to remember events like this, because it's so much of what we enjoy today. Our freedom is based on the sacrifice of those who are not here. They're not here with their family. They paid the ultimate sacrifice, and it's up to those of us who are alive to carry their memory and not to let their sacrifice be in vain. So on this day, again, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, just want to share a little bit of that. Semper Fi.